Good morning. Good morning. It's your favorite teacher, Matthew James. And I dropped the episode late on Thursday. I got caught up with some stuff. Schedule was all over the place. So I apologize. So today we're going to speak on why influence can't be forced. And I'm a big believer in not forcing people to do anything. Like the only thing I can really control is what I can do. And my job is not to influence you. My job is not to try to make you do a decision that I would make. I'll give you advice if you ask for it. Again, keyword ask for it. But if you don't, I'm just going to let you be because I've been in a situation where, well, plenty of situations where people, I would give my 2 cents and they say, yeah, you're right, and then do the complete opposite over and over again. I used to be the type of guy that would try to save people all the time. Then I just get disappointed every single time. Then I listened to this guy, Tim Ross, very influential to me. Um, you can't, he said, you can't save people that are drowning because when people drowned, they start flailing all over the place and they end up bringing you to drown too. That really resonated with me and it hit me really hard because the people that are drowning, if they want to be saved, they have to accept the help. They have to ask for the help because I don't know if you ever seen someone drowning. It's like they're jumping all over the place, but if they're calm and they say, hey, you know what, I need help, help, they won't bring you down. You'll be able to grab them and bring them to where they need to be so they could be safe. So I don't like to force people to do anything. It's either they with it or not. And if they come back later and said, hey, you know what, sorry about that, you know what I mean? It's all in the same. But if you ask for help, help will come. But if you don't ask for help, um, then you're going to end up in a bad situation. And respect is earned. So nowadays, people automatically they want respect. They want respect given, and I can say that because I'm guilty of that too. When I step into a space, I expect to be respected. Or if I have a relationship with you for X amount of years, I actually expect the respect. But then my mind had to change because just because I step in a room doesn't automatically mean that people want to treat me in that way. Because respect is a standard that you hold. If you hold a standard, then people will abide by that standard. But if you allow yourself to get trampled on over and over again, and people won't respect you. And I know that from just my life experiences. And one day I will speak on that. But it's like, you know what? I can't expect people to respect me if I don't respect myself. And it all comes with establishing a standard. You establish a standard, then everything flows from there. Then people start to look at you time over time, and it's like, you know what? This guy is who he says he is, or this woman or whoever. This person says who he says what he say he is who he say he is, and follows through. Like I think over time that can be proven. But if I come into a space and you don't know me and I say a thing, like what makes me trustworthy? You've never seen me before. And trust, which goes right into this, trust takes time. If I've been one version of myself X amount of years, I can't expect people to trust me right after that. Like if I did you dirty for a long time, I shouldn't expect you to trust me, but come back to you. Um, the expectation is that, you know what, I have to prove my trust. Not in a work kind of way, but it's like, you know what, this is who I am now. This is who I was. And now I'm getting past that and I'm growing. I want to be a trustworthy person. So I'm going to be committed and do the things I need to do and allow God to work in me so I could be faithful and trustworthy to you. And that just comes with it. You know what I mean? It's trust is one of those things that build over time. It's not, you don't put it in a microwave and all of a sudden like, hey, you know what? I got trust. You know what I'm saying? It's like one of those things that the person has to believe in you and you believe in that person and just making a promise to yourself that you won't falter. And if you do, you'll be accountable and talk about it. That's the only way you get out of that. So being authentic is necessary. Um, I don't like to fake the funk. It's just what it is. It doesn't mean that I get to say whatever I want. All it means is, you know what, I'll tell you what's true in my heart. Whether it's true in reality, I don't know. But hey, this is how I felt. And what can we do about that? I can't sit here and be like, hey, you know what? Um, I feel this way, but not say anything about it. And again, I could speak about this because through therapy, I figured out some things that I've held on to that wasn't necessarily my fault, but that's how I survived. I didn't talk about anything, especially if you hurt my feelings. If you hurt my feelings, I'm harboring them, and it's just because of uh, things that I've learned throughout the years, and I was never emotionally present when things happen to me. So it's like you have to be authentic to what you say and who you say you are. Not to say that's the right thing, but be open to change if it deems worthy. Personalities never change, but the behaviors can change. And patience, everybody hates patience. I always say that patience is not something that you just press a button and then all of a sudden, hey, I have patience. Nope. Patience is one of those things that takes time. You have to endure through it. You have to learn through it. It's one of those things where it's like you have to sit there and be like, what am I going to do if X and Y, Z happens and it doesn't happen? And you just got to sit there and just endure and see what what you learn through patience. That's what I figured out. You can learn through patience. Don't just sit there. It's what you're doing in the waiting. That's true patience. If you're working in the waiting, don't just sit here with your hands crossed or your feet crossed and waiting for the thing to happen to you. No, take a step in faith and dig into the things that you think you need to dig into. Whether that's doing your internal work, whether that's step into faith, whether it's working on your craft, whatever the thing is, I think you need to dive into that and just let patience work that out. And then it turns out that you don't even think about whatever you're worried about. It's You have to work in the season that you're in and just be patient. And consistency. I think all of that put together, I always talk about consistency. And another level to add to consistency is like, yo, being consistent is cool. But what is consistency if you're not adjusting? And an example I could show for that is my content, right? I started talking to a phone. That worked out for a little bit. And then I adjusted to talking at school with my phone. Not scripted, just whatever's on my mind. Then after that, I was like, you know what? Let's start scripting my stuff because I started just to speak, just to speak. And then after that, I was like, you know what? Let's get better with the graphics. I end up getting a Pocket Osmo 3, which has served me well. Then I started using CapCut. After CapCut, I upgraded to Final Cut Pro. And then I learned how to color grade. I learned how to do better with cuts. I started scripting my messages so I could stay on topic. I started going to different places and so on and so on. Like, I had to be consistent first, but as I was consistent, I adjusted. You have to adjust. Consistency is just one part of the process. But if you're sitting there and not looking at the things you could get better at, consistency doesn't serve you. It's just end up being a part of the process. Don't just be part of the process. Don't be just a part of the process. Let the process teach you, learn from others, be open to learn. And that's where real growth sets in. So I hope you received the message today. And if this message definitely spoke to you, like, comment, and share. And I hope you have a great day. Deuces.